TikTok is apparently being banned in the United States. Some people are jumping with joy, others are absolutely rife with fury and despair.
And to the US government, I'm never forgiving you for this. And I'm never gonna trust you ever again because you just, like that, took away millions of people's income and livelihood. And who does that?
Hey, it's Christine Grace. Welcome back to The Latest Lunacy. Today's latest lunacy, TikTok is being banned. I didn't ever think I would quite hear this, but apparently it's true. Apparently in the United States, TikTok is under some kind of fire and there is discussion going around whether to keep the app in the United States or whether to ban it. Now, apparently there is all sorts of different reasons for this, with the top concern being the fact that it is a Chinese app. It is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance, and that this Chinese company thus has a lot of access to American users' information, to the state of America, perhaps. I personally have always had this concern with TikTok. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't like using TikTok. I go on there occasionally for reaction videos, but obviously only from my work laptop. But yeah, I don't like the idea of the Chinese being able to have access to all of my data and information because you just don't know what it's being used for. That being said, yes, I'm ignorant because, of course, I do use Instagram, X, whatever, and all of these other companies have access to my information. But nonetheless, beside the point, that's the issue here that is going on with TikTok and why the US is, in this kind of debate. So let's take a look at this article here. So this is on ABC News. TikTok is set to be banned in the US this weekend. Here's what that actually means. TikTok, one of the biggest entertainment and social media platforms in the world, is due to be blocked in the United States this weekend. If TikTok's China-based parent company ByteDance doesn't sell its US operations, and if the US Supreme Court doesn't step in, the ban will take effect this Sunday, January 19th. Unnamed sources have told Reuters news agency that TikTok plans to shut down its app nationwide when the ban hits. The following day, President-elect Donald Trump will be inaugurated, and despite attempting his own ban during his first term in 2020, he's now vowed to save TikTok. It all sounds pretty extraordinary. So we asked Tom Barrett, emerging technology researcher at the United States Studies Center, to help us unpack it. Will the US really ban TikTok? The US Congress has already passed the law to ban TikTok. In March 2024, the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act passed the House of Representatives. The House at the time was held by the Republicans and the bill was supported by the Democrat-controlled Senate before President Joe Biden signed it into law. Why is the US banning TikTok? The act is framed around a foreign adversary, a country that is deemed a threat to the United States national security, having control over the app. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do get it, but there are a lot of people. I mean, as you can see by the image here, TikTok changed my life for the better. I'm one of 170 million Americans on TikTok. Like, people love this app. I personally don't think it's good. I think it has made social media a million times worse. Before TikTok, social media wasn't what it is now. Now everything has followed suit of TikTok. Now everything is reels, shorts. Everything is that quick, instant gratification, instant dopamine hits to keep you hooked, to keep you on these hours longer, and to keep your screen time in double, triple digits, whatever it may be. And I don't think that's good. And it's created algorithms. We are serving algorithms now instead of audiences. It's so hard for videos, even as a content creator myself, it's so hard for videos to actually reach your audience, because unfortunately it's algorithms that control the apps now, thanks to the algorithms that have been created on things like TikTok. Everyone else has kind of followed suit because of how these algorithms work. So it's so difficult for content creators to actually find their audience and to get their videos out to their audience because they're not actually able to craft their content to the audience rather than having to craft to an algorithm, and that's a shame. That's a shame for art. That's a shame for creativity, and it's a shame for the content creator audience relationship because it means that there's kind of a gap. There's kind of a bridge. It's less direct. It has to get kind of filtered through this algorithm before it gets to you guys. So TikTok has roughly 170 million American users, which means it has data from almost half the US population. I mean, that is dangerous. Mr. Barrett says the US government is worried about China's collection of that information, access to it, and subsequent use of it. Absolutely. There are other major Chinese digital platforms in the US, it is estimated 152 million Americans use online shopping hub Temu every month, which has their home address and other personal data TikTok doesn't have access to. So even if you do ban TikTok, there's still other ways to get around it. Mr. Barrett says that the US government is particularly worried about the social media aspect of TikTok, bringing in with the possibility of disinformation and propaganda campaigns. Absolutely, as you should be. I mean, even just look at American-owned companies. Look at Facebook. Look at what happened with the Cambridge Analytica scandal back in 2016. People underestimate just how easily it is to manipulate masses of populations through these kind of platforms. And if you have the person in charge of these platforms, completely coming from a foreign adversary, then you're in big trouble. TikTok's ability to influence and manipulate their audience is that extra layer that makes it particularly concerning to Washington, Mr. Barrett says. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I really do. I can understand why they're doing this. I might get a lot of hate for this, but I personally think it's a good thing. I think TikTok should be banned. I don't think it's been good for us. I don't see the positives here. I would love to hear if you guys think there are some positives to TikTok. I personally just think it has been bad for people, bad for communication, bad for content creation, and I just think it has taken over everything. There's almost no difference anymore between a lot of these social media platforms. X perhaps is slightly different, but I'm sure X still has like a scroll TikTok style feature. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good, and I won't mind if TikTok is banned. Don't hate me. That's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like this video, as always, please do give it a thumbs up on your way out. Maybe consider donating to the channel in the link in the description at buymeacoffee.com, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my content. And on that note, I will see you very soon in the next one here on YouTube, not on TikTok. Bye bye. Take care.